Hello and welcome to the next episode of Friendship, Memes, and Everything in Between. I am your host, Caleb, or Jeff Jefferson, whatever you prefer, here with my co-host, Chris.
Yeah, that's me. This episode's obviously late. We were supposed to do it Monday, so I just want to give you an explanation why we didn't. Caleb, actually, I don't even know if you've heard this whole explanation. So there's thunderstorms, bad, tornado warnings. My mom freaked out and was like, "Hey, let's go downstairs." So we go downstairs the whole time, and it's like 5 o'clock, and she keeps telling me the storm's getting ready to come. This is like the big one's coming, the big one's coming the whole time, and she tells me it's getting ready to come any minute. And I kid you not, 5 minutes later, she goes, "I'm hungry. I'm going upstairs to make waffles." And we went upstairs, and then nothing happened. It's like right when big storm actually happened, she ran upstairs. So that's why the broadcast didn't happen yesterday. And as for today, my mic was echoing on stream, and we tried it for an hour and a half trying to fix it. Turns out Caleb literally just needed to restart his computer because he's the one in charge of he's the one streaming it, and he had an update. So an hour and a half of me just microphones all over the place. The reason we don't use a video through this is because you'd see me trying to kill myself with my mic cords after about 45 minutes of dealing with this. So that's why the delay. It's going up late today, and it wasn't up Monday. And let's just jump into this episode with my little will to live. Caleb, let's go. Let's just get it over with.
So you forgot that you left out where your power went out at like 3 a.m. last
Yeah,
night.
and my power went out. Like, this is unrelated to stream, but my power went out last night at 3 in the morning, which for me that's like prime time for Xbox. So I had like 10 guys on Xbox. We were all doing clan wars, and then my power goes out, and then it comes, and then they say AEP says 9:30. It comes back on, Jeffrey. 9:30. They tell me it's going to come back on. So I go in my room, like, okay, I commit. I go to sleep. I get my laptop. I plug my phone in my laptop so it charges. I use my phone as a hotspot. I watch YouTube on my tablet because I'm almost a millennial. I need technology. I don't care. So I'm watching YouTube, and then 5 a.m. all the lights shoot on. Every light in the house wakes me up as I'm falling asleep. So I go put my computer away. I turn on my Xbox for Hulu. I'm like, I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna watch Hulu. I'm gonna fall out. I'm gonna pass out. I get on. Right, my buddy James invites me, and I join their party, and they're all on. I started playing again because I missed out on the Xbox time. So I was up till like 7:30 a.m. because of that power outage and my bad decisions. So yeah, it's been a shitstorm in the Coon house over here. And the last latest thing was because Caleb didn't turn his computer off and back on again, which I'm pretty sure is like step one in IT. But that doesn't, who cares?
Okay, in my defense, I did not think that it would be a thing with me because you sounded fine to me when we're
I want to
talking, but it
die.
was just the stream. I thought it was on your end, but I restarted my computer and OBS restarts. That's what we use to record, and everything is fine apparently.
After going through two headsets and two computers and a phone, I should have figured out that it wasn't on my end. So that's my bad. But I tried. Like, I'm surrounded by devices and cords, and I just have no life left in me. So it was almost the end of friendship memes and everything in between. There's going to be a recording that's released for a 100th episode of us just screaming and crying over this. God.
Anyway, we've wasted a couple minutes here just kind of talking about how we hate ourselves. So let's get into the questions here. First question topic. Chris, what are your thoughts on Pokemon Go?
Um, Personally, I know you guys played a lot. I never got it to download on my phone. Like, I got the app to download, but then it wouldn't load. So I never played it. I never got to catch my holographic Charizard, which is the only Pokemon I can name. But I know you guys liked it, so I just kind of followed you guys around, like, to make sure you didn't get beat up by popular kids. But I know how Josh still plays the thing, so. But it was a cool summer, I guess. Caleb, what was your thoughts? You played it for a while.
I mean, I played it a little bit. Darian still plays it too,
You're
a
shit,
little.
man.
Yeah, she still plays it a little bit. But yeah, no. Chris just couldn't get it to download on his iPhone because iPhones suck. Um, but anyway,
Yeah, no.
let's
Let's not get political here, you piece of shit.
let's move on. Would you rather travel to space or explore the ocean?
Um, I thought about this. Space is way cooler than the ocean. I don't get me wrong, the ocean's cool, but definitely space is way better. But I'm not going like space is a journey. You gotta sign up for like 5 years to go up and back, and or depends where you go. But that's just that's high maintenance journey, which I feel like I could go to the ocean and it could be like a month long exhibition, and then I could be back, you know, doing the stream. So I would go ocean, but space is definitely cooler. But if we're talking realistic, how long it takes and how much of a commitment, ocean's way easier, and I'm definitely going to go with that and see some fishies.
Yeah, I would go space just because space is cooler. But in reality, I wouldn't do either one of these things. I would just sit on my
What?
couch, eat a burrito, and pet a dog.
So you're telling me that if when I become a billionaire, I would come to your house and say, Caleb, we're going to explore the sea for 1 week. Are you in? We're going to be in submarines and we're going to go see all like the depths of the ocean. You would be like, no, I'd rather sit on my ass and watch How I Met Your Mother for the fifth time.
I'm sorry, did you say fifth time?
Okay, 500th. I'm sorry.
Okay. But yes. I would
Oh my
rather do
god.
that.
In space too? What if I said like, well, weekend? What if me and you do a weekend trip to space? Anything?
Nah.
I hate you. I hate you. What if I paid you to get off work? So the alternative was working and it was like you either go to work, which is in your basement, or you go to space for a weekend. Which would you pick?
Okay, when you're putting it that way, I might I might go to space. I might. Whoa,
God.
whoa, is there a dog going with us?
You know the Russians sent a dog to space and it died, right?
That doesn't answer the question.
But so have a dog go with us if the dog could be die? Like you're putting a doggo at risk for your
Did
pets.
did they have like a space helmet?
Kid, I don't know the details of the Russian, space project. I don't know. I just know they had a dog and they put it in space and it died. I think its name was Sputnik. And they had a monkey, and the U.S. had a monkey and it lived. So
Hmm.
that's why then we sent Neil up there.
Oh, okay. Well, would you rather have 0 children or 10 children?
Um, 0 children, 100%. I don't think it's possible to have 10 children and not be totally white trash. Honestly, like, if you have 10 kids, you're gonna be living in a trailer park, probably. I mean, you could be super successful, but I've seen cheaper by the dozen, and it does not seem fun. I like Caleb. I gotta think. Like after 2 kids, you probably like, yeah, I love them both evenly. But after 10, you have to be like, yeah, Derek's kind of a dick. You have to be like, you start hating your children at that point. There's some you don't like. That I just refuse to believe that you can have 10 kids and every single one you're like, I love them evenly. So I think that's just a dark place. You're gonna be like, yeah, Jacob's the best one. He got into Harvard, and Derek's a meth head, so we're not a big fan of Derek. So yeah, no, I don't like that at all. So definitely 0 children. Get me some dogs. I'll just be that cool uncle. I'll buy my nieces and nephew beer. It'd be funny.
Now, let me rewrite the question here. Would you rather have 0 dogs or 10 dogs?
Ooh, I would go with 0 dogs because I like being a dog uncle too. Because I don't like the having to get up and let a dog out in the middle of the night. I like just hanging out. I go see Adam's dog. Go see your dog if it wasn't so fucking mean. So I definitely go 0 dogs. Because 10 dogs, you're a crazy dog man. Don't get me wrong. I love dogs, and I would choose 10 dogs over 10 kids. But no, that's super high maintenance.
I agree. I agree on both counts. If the option was I had to have 0 children or I had to have 10 children, I can't, pick a number between that. I would say 0 just because there is no way that you could afford without yourself being a millionaire. You could afford 10 children. Think about it. It's 10 people to feed every day, 10 people to put through school, put through college. Um, if you're, a super nice pushover parent who gets their children, phones when they're fucking 10 years old, or when they're 16,
I
you
don't
buy
think that
them
would
a
be in the cards if
car.
you have 10 kids.
Just let me talk. Um,
Okay.
but if when they're
Okay.
16, you buy them a car. That's 10 times you have to do that, and there's no
I
way
don't.
you could actually afford that without yourself being like a millionaire, or those white trash people who just don't have jobs and live off the government for 40 years.
Which is currently Caleb actually right now. Shout out
Hey,
to the
me
government.
and what 30 million other
30 something
U.S.
million, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a rough month.
yeah, it's
Uh,
hard times. But
so
anyway, let's
glad
move.
we went into Caleb of what he thinks children deserve and if they deserve cars and whatnot. But do you agree that at one point you'd be like, you would have to start hating some of your children? Like you would definitely have, like you'd start ranking them at that point, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I would be okay with, I think, maximum of maybe 3 to 4, 4 at the very max. I would be okay with, yeah, up to 4, but anything after that, there is no way you can say I love them equally and actually love them equally, because
Yeah, there's going to be one that's like a little dick,
there's gonna be that one, just out of 10 people, the chances are of one of those 10 people, being addicted to drugs, being a murderer, or something like that. Like, you know,
Yeah. And I
um,
feel like it's easier to love your kids evenly when you only have 2 options. And you can be like, oh, they're
yeah,
okay in their own way. But when it's the worst kid and you're like, okay, I did 9 times better than this kid. So yeah, he's kind of a mess up. All right, are we ready to get to the next one?
Well, hold on for a second here. Chris's parents, they have 2 kids, and they both agree that
I'm
Chris's
the
sister
favorite. It's not
Laura
even
is
close.
the favorite. Yeah,
It's
they
not even. Laura,
hate Chris.
I know you're watching this. I'm the favorite. You know it. Don't dismiss it. Caleb,
Um,
don't act like you're the favorite in your family. I don't even think your family remembers your name. They're just like the IT guy?
that one with a beard. I think he
Yeah,
has a.
the beautiful.
But yeah. So let's move on here. Chris, do you have any pet peeves?
Yeah, I actually do. I thought about this question, and I hate it. There's one thing I hate. It drives me crazy, and it's not anybody's fault. It's not the person's fault. And I will say one person specifically that I dread talking to because of this reason. And they're a good person, nothing wrong with them.
Why
But
do I feel like this is about me?
it's not. No, my college advisor. She is a nice lady. She doesn't mean it, but I hate talking to her because she will say things like she goes over every detail with everything with great detail. I mean, just goes over it thoroughly. Something we've talked about 10 times. Something we go to her, and it's not her fault. She's doing her job. She's trying to make sure I know everything about everything I need to know, and I appreciate the effort. But something gets, I just hate it when someone explains something that I already know. My favorite words are long story short. Like, hey, long story short, this is what you need to know. And when they take, like, they take something that takes a sentence to explain and they drag it out for 5 minutes, it kind of drives me crazy. And it's not their fault, but I don't need as much details as you've given. But I appreciate what they're doing. But however, I'd rather long story short. Give me the specifics. Caleb, go ahead.
I don't have any super big pet peeves. Um, I thinking here, uh, I don't like. Um, well, that's not even
Boy, you're
really a
super
pet.
prepared, man.
I I'm sorry. There was an hour and a half delay, and then my mind is
Yeah,
kind of fried after that.
yeah, this is just a shit show, and we're happy about it.
Yeah, I don't have any super big pet peeves. I don't like it when uh
When?
you
Hello?
know what? Never
Okay,
mind.
go ahead.
We're just gonna
That's
move
it.
on. I don't really
I
have any super big pet
I
peeves.
feel confident that every time you started saying a pet peeve, it was something that Darian or someone close to you was doing, and you're like, "No, I'll get in trouble for that. I can't get called out there. I
I
can't be like."
cannot I cannot confirm nor deny that. We're just gonna move on.
I hate it when that bitch leaves the fridge open or something like that.
Darian is messaging me right now. She's gonna say, "What the fuck?" So let's just move on.
Okay,
Chris,
please let us know what she says.
I have a story. This next question. I'm sure you also have a story though. What are your thoughts on Karen?
Okay, so here's the thing. Karen, for everybody who doesn't know, Karen is the typical, like, middle-aged woman with kids, short, lesbian haircut. She hates her life, and she always asks to see the manager over every little problem. She makes every detail bigger. Now, here's the rule. It's you Karen if you complain about something that you go overboard on. Now, so like if you ask to speak to the manager, you're Karening. Now personally, I have a rule. I will not Karen for fast food. I will not Karen. I try to be as nice and polite if the people are it's like fast food minimum wage people because they don't care about their job and nor should they. If you're making minimum wage, you should not have to care about your job. You're working at McDonald's, so your qualifications aren't great, but you should not be forced to care about your job. So Karen should leave you alone. So I will say I've had to complain twice during this Corona, and I was very polite both times. I didn't say anything. I just called Buffalo Wild Wings once gave us the wrong sauce in the buffalo wings, and I was for my parents, and they didn't like it at all. And my mom was like, "Man, I just can't eat this at all." So I called them. I was like, "Hey, you guys gave us the wrong sauce. I was wondering if I could just pick up the right sauce, come in there." And they just said, and they don't care. It's not their money. So they immediately were like, "Hey, yeah, absolutely. What's your address? I'm sending you coupons for how much the wings were worth." Totally fine. No one made a big deal of it. Very nice people at Buffalo Wild Wings. Great company. And then at Texas Roadhouse, same thing happened again. First time going to like a restaurant. I pick up food for my parents, and like the salad was just lettuce. They didn't put any toppings on it, and the baked potato was burnt. And my mom was like really looking forward to it, and hers was all messed up. And I literally just called and said, "Hey, it was messed up. I understand you're doing the Corona thing. It's 100% reasonable that you guys messed up. Nobody's fault. I was hoping if there's any way that we could get this resolved, like I could pick up like what was messed up." And they just immediately were like, "What's your name? Okay, this is how much it spent. I'm going to send you a coupon for the thing. Very sorry it happened." It was like totally over the top from them. So again, Texas Roadhouse, great company, love them. But I try to be as nice and polite while I'm complaining or Karening. So Caleb, I believe you were a big Karen yesterday. So can you please explain?
Yeah, so I don't Karen. I have Karened one time in my life, and that was last night about 10:30. My fiance and I, Darian, who's listening to the stream right now, I love you. We
He's gonna
went
talk shit about you.
we went to Wendy's last night. It was at like 10:30. They were closing in a half hour. You don't expect it to be that good, but I got a spicy chicken sandwich and some fries, and she got chicken nuggets and some fries. And the fries were cold and hard. Like you couldn't really bite them that much. And the chicken wasn't hard, but it was cold and old. It just kind of seemed like they hadn't changed out the food for 2 hours, 3 hours, couple hours, however long the food can stay, whatever. It was probably just their last of that batch they had made earlier in the day, but it was terrible. So I called them, and we actually threw that out, the Wendy's out, threw it out, and then we ordered pizza. But yeah, I called Wendy's and told them what happened. Told them that we had to throw everything out, and I ordered pizza, and I wasn't happy about it. And I said, I know what's going on right now. You guys were probably just really busy. Stuff didn't get changed out, probably how it should have. And the manager was like, "Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I try to, serve respectable food or whatever." And he was like, "Is there anything that I could do?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, I wouldn't normally complain like this, but I spent $20 at this late
What?
at night. Wendy's is expensive, dude.
You spent 20, dude. 4 for 4, bro. Go in there, $4. Get yourself a meal. How'd you spend $20 at Wendy's?
A number 6 and a number 9, add a Frosty.
Okay, clearly you have a high maintenance Wendy's order, and I feel like that could be the problem. But you're going in there when it's closing, man. Although
No, that was my thing. I said I know you guys were getting ready to close, but it was inedible. Like there is no way you could have ate it.
yeah, that's understandable. And also, I think we went, and for the people listening, for the 3 people that listen to this, I understand we went way too into detail about our fast food experiences. But guess what? We spent an hour and a half getting this ready, and we're done with life. We're done with it. And you know what? This stream's gonna be an hour and a half long of us bitching about Wendy's, and you're gonna sit there, you're gonna listen.
So Chris, describe the best nachos you've ever had. I haven't really had like the best nachos, so I'm gonna bullshit this, but let's have you bullshit first.
So nachos, like it's just chips and cheese count. Like I mean, like just straight. Like if I had like chips and queso, would that count as nachos to you?
Are you talking like Taco Bell?
Yeah, would you count that as nachos, or does there have to be meat involved?
I would say that's not nachos.
Okay,
So
bro, I'm just gonna go quickly. I had the best nachos. Buffalo Wild Wings had really good nachos. I get that and watch football on Sunday, and that was pretty good. But the best time I had like chips and cheese was I was in New York with my Xbox buddies, and we don't eat when we're there. And like the whole day, it was like 3 in the morning. All I had to eat the whole day was Cheez-Its, a box of Cheez-Its that was like 2 meals, and I had 3 nuggets from Burger King. That's the only thing I had all day, and this is a day of just drinking and playing video games. And we get back from a party at TJ's house. Shout out, even though I know you're not watching. And we go back to Kevin Schmaha, and Kevin brings down chips and queso, and it was like the best thing ever because it was that you know queso grand salsa whatever, and it was delicious. So that's definitely the best nachos.
was
'Cause
that out of like a
I
jar, or was that from a
It was
restaurant?
out of a jar, and we ate the whole jar. It was a full jar, and 4 guys ate the whole jar, and all the chips. I mean, it was dinner, and it was good. So Caleb, your best nachos?
Yeah, so I don't eat a lot of nachos. I will probably say what Chris has said. B-Dubs has some good nachos. But I'll go to what Chris just described there with his best chips and cheese. Actually, the best chips and cheese I've ever had, well, is also from B-Dubs. Now let me paint
Oh,
the scene here. Be me, Chris, and Darian, if she's still listening.
oh
It be
no!
getting ready for the Game of Thrones finale, the series finale. Episode 6 of season 8. You are so beyond excited for this. You get off work that
We
night, then you order a ton of food for your friends because it's the finale. You want to have fun that night.
I,
I
I will
order.
say Caleb went all out for this. Like I got to give him a shout out. I was like, "Hey, I'll pick up Wendy's. Like I'll buy," and he's like, "No, no, no. We're going to B-Dubs and we're getting everything, and I'm buying." I was like, "Damn, dude, thanks." And he got 3 things of wings, a thing of mozzarella sticks, and a thing of chips and queso. Like he got so much food. Okay, I just shout out to you being a kind friend and we're getting food there. Go ahead.
I spent like $80 or $90 on B-Dubs that night, and then we went to Darian's apartment and watched the Game of Thrones season finale. We're gonna do a whole podcast episode on Game of Thrones series as a whole, so I won't go into much detail here, but that was the worst finale I've ever seen in my whole life. I was so upset, and the only thing there that kept me from not wanting to die so bad was the chips and queso from B-Dubs. And the best thing is, instead of a chip, take one of the mozzarella sticks and
Oh,
dip
you
that into
nasty,
that queso.
you dirty girl.
That was amazing. And that was, I still remember us watching the finale that I've only seen that one time, and I look back on it, and I'm so sad about the finale, but I can at least smile about the B-Dubs we had while we were watching that.
Dude, I ate so much. Do you remember how much food I ate that night?
You ate most of it.
Like I ate a large wing, most of the cheese sticks, most of the queso. I mean, I ate like I wouldn't stop eating. Like there was a point during like one of the quiet scenes, and all you could hear was me eating chips. And you remember, Caleb, you're like, stop it, like, because I just kept eating and eating. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So let's move on here. So the next question is actually kind of brings us to a new segment here. The next question is, what is the best, or who is the best kidder, the best kitty cat that you've met? So Chris and I both have our options here, our opinions. Chris, I will bring yours on screen first. Yours is on screen right now. Tell the viewers, who is this Cato?
Well, this is a little Mazzy. This is my aunt and uncle's cat. Now you can see she's doing a little derpy face. That's because she doesn't have front teeth. She is missing two front teeth, and her tongue sticks out at all times. And it's just she has like a little dirt face all times, and it's amazing. And she is the friendliest cat. Every time I'm over, she just comes and chills on my lap and gets some pets. And as far as cats go, I'm not a cat person at all. But as far as cats go, this is definitely my favorite cat. So definitely, I don't have much to say about it. Just the teeth are adorable. Just view that picture, love it. Okay, so that's enough for me. Caleb, describe your favorite pussy here.
Yeah, so actually, I think I said this is a new segment, but I never actually said the name of the segment. So this is the monthly segment, Kidder of the Month.
That was not the name I decided, but okay.
So this floofy boy, his name is Simon. He is our friend Sammy's cat. He is a very floofy boy. He's very, very large, but he is the chillest catto you will ever meet. I have hung out with him multiple times. He'll just sit on my lap and we'll just kind of hang out there all night. Yeah, he doesn't really meow too much except for when he wants food, that I've seen anyway. And he just likes to chill out, he likes to
Do cat things?
Yeah, he just likes to do cat things. And that is the best catto that I've ever met. I have had experiences with cats that have made me not like cats.
I'm not a cat guy.
Yeah, I'm not a cat person either. My sister Bethany, who also watches the stream, but I don't think she's here right now. When we were growing up, we had a couple cats. There was Mischief, who was Bethany's cat, and she never liked me too much. She would always try to swipe at me and paw at me. And then we had another cat while we were growing up, and I don't remember their name. And then when we moved in with my dad, they had a stray cat that kind of moved in. And
are you talking about that white one?
No, it was a black one. Her name was Shadow. This was years ago when I moved in with my dad. But now my little sisters have a white cat, and his name is Kai, and he's a dick. He's the worst cat I've ever met. He's very mean. I will say though, when I was still living with my parents, my computer was downstairs in the computer family room.
Which for everybody who doesn't know, Caleb, when he lived with his parents, lived in the attic, and he didn't come down the attic for any reasons at all. If it wasn't food, he lived in the attic, so he didn't even know the cat was probably there until the computer got put downstairs.
But anyway, what was I saying?
I don't, dude. You just kept talking about cats. I don't know. I'm kind of zoned out.
Yeah, but no. Kai was the worst cat. I will say though that when when the computer was down in the family room, when I would hang out there, Kai would always sit beside me on a chair. I couldn't pet him or he would bite me, but he would sit beside me, and we would just kind of hang out there. And if I looked at him, he would run away. But if I just let him be, didn't mess with him at all, he would just hang out there, and that was cool. Beyond that, though, he was a dick.
So you said your favorite cat, Sammy's cat?
Yeah.
Now Sammy actually watches the stream. Now Sammy also has a baby. Now Caleb, if the baby and the cat were both hanging off a cliff and you could only save one, which one would you save?
Yeah. So my answer is, if you could have any skill in the world and be able to perform it perfectly, what skill would you pick?
Okay, so that means the cat. No, Caleb, I thought about this, and I think this is kind of lame. I would just go with kicking footballs, because I just could go and star in the NFL and just kick balls, and I would never get tackled ever. I would just run out the field, kick a 60-yarder, win the game. Like it was the best ever. It would be awesome. Just go out there anytime, do it, do your thing, kick the ball. leave. That's it. Make millions of dollars. I don't have to do anything. I just kick the damn ball. It's the easiest job in the world, and I make tons of money doing it. If I'm the best, I don't miss. It's amazing. So that's mine. Caleb, go ahead.
Yeah, so during quarantine, with this, we have we have kind of started to video edit our streams a little bit to put them on YouTube, and I actually rather enjoy the editing. I don't have any like real good software, so there's not a whole lot I can do, and I'm not very good at the editing. I'm learning a little bit, but it's actually pretty fun. I enjoy it. Um, and if I could do it, rather well, be good at it, it pays pretty good. The editing.
I
So
feel like being an NFL kicker pays more, but okay.
No, really. But yeah. I would say video editing. So let's move on here. What's the next question?
I don't know. I'm not looking at the screen. Would you rather own a dragon or a T-Rex? This is easy for me. Caleb, go ahead. Give your answer.
Yeah, so I'd rather own a dragon. They can fly, and they have, long arms.
Wholesome.
Yeah. I actually
What?
could be said that I actually have a dragon.
What?
Because if you are familiar with lore on dragons, they like to collect. They're hoarders. And I'll tell you, I actually know hoarder. It's actually my fiance, Darian. So it could be said that I actually have a dragon. She just
And
doesn't
she
breathe.
has fiery red hair.
Yeah, she just doesn't breathe fire, but her hair is fire, and she can be scary sometimes. So yeah. She just messaged me saying, "Look here," so that's fun.
Okay, so your answer is that Darian is a dragon?
Why don't you go ahead and you go on?
I would also go with
She
the
said
dragon.
you're not wrong, though.
I would also go with the dragon because they can fly, and T-Rexes, I feel like it's just more high maintenance and less luxury. Dragons just seem super cool. Fly around that thing, and I don't know. I feel like they would be less destructive, and if they wanted to be. And then let's go to the next question. Speaking of T-Rex, what really killed the dinosaurs, Caleb?
Yeah, so what actually killed the dinosaurs, Christopher? This was
Depression.
actually just depression. How long were dinosaurs living? They were around for a while, but they they were kind of just sitting around thinking, man, what is the meaning of life? Why are we here? We're very big, and we keep stepping on a lot of stuff, and it hurts, man. And then they kind of just stopped eating. They stopped drinking. They stopped eating each other. And then they kind of just got really depressed, and that's where the turn. Yeah, that's what happened.
Were you really going to say depression? I just kind of jumped in there and said depression. I didn't know that's
Why
what
don't
you
you
were
go on,
say.
Chris? What do you think killed the dinosaurs?
These nuts. That's all I got.
Okay, well,
Sorry to steal Caleb's answer. I didn't mean to jump in with depression if I knew that's what I was exactly going to go with.
folks, we have probably half the questions answered at this point, but it's been a day, so I think we're gonna just go to the last question here. This will be
What
a
time are
shorter
we on?
episode. We're at 35 minutes.
Oh, well, that's not that bad.
I mean, by the end of this, like this last question, we'll be at 40, 45. So, we're gonna just go on to the last question here. If you sent in questions that were not answered this episode. Don't worry, next episode we will get to them. We have a list of questions that we still need to listen to, take a look at. So our last question here comes from our editor, Edgar. No, not editor.
Ooh.
They're the intern, Edgar.
Oh, actually, that actually brings us into the sponsor of the week, Jeff Jefferson Editing. You just heard it here, folks. He wants to be the best editor ever, and that is the dream that is coming true. He is right now offering a special deal: edit 3 videos for the price of 1. His expertise is in sex tapes and videos of doggos. So please send in your videos for Jeff Jefferson to edit. He can add emojis, gifs, and little sound effects like boing. So once again, Jeff Jefferson Editing. Please jump in.
Yeah, so let's move on to the last question here. Chris, tell me an embarrassing middle school story.
I don't know. I thought about this and I thought I'd think of something and I couldn't remember. I've gotten my head stuck in a lot of places throughout my life, but not really in middle school.
Why don't you tell us a story about where you got your head stuck at once?
Well, there's this one pair of legs. No, I mean there was a bench. And I got my head stuck in a bench once, and I worked that out. No help from my parents or my Aunt Jenny, who I hope's listening to this, who let me die. And then I got my head stuck in a window, which is actually Laura's fault. Because my head was out the window, and I was yelling for my parents, like, "Hey, you coming? Because we gotta go to Chuck E. Cheese wherever we're going." And she was in the front seat and hit the back seat window and locked my head in the window. Laura, I know you're listening to this. You should have killed me when you had the chance. That actually happened too. That's not like she literally rolled my head up in a window, electric window. She rolled it in there. I still have a kink in my neck now.
It was fantastic.
It was. You weren't there.
No, I just like the story.
Oh, okay. I feel like, can I get my head stuck anywhere else? I feel like there might be something. I don't know, man. I'm kind of down by the minute here. Okay, that's like I guess embarrassing stuff I could think of. I'm pretty chill dude. I don't really make many mistakes. I mean, this podcast is pretty embarrassing. So I guess that's pretty up there. This something I'm sure we'll look back in 20 years and say, "Oh, that's why we can never run for office."
Do you want me to go on, buddy?
No, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So in middle school, I didn't have really a lot of super embarrassing stuff. I can look back on one time in my middle school career that I can look back on and say, why did I do that? So 8th grade, 8th grade football season, my stepmom used to cut my hair for me. So I would, just let her cut it, and she usually did a good job. We would use, the electric razors that have like the guards that you put on them to get different lengths. One time, we were doing that, and just like normal, but she let go of the guard and it fell off. So there was a patch of my head that was bald because she let go of the guard and fell off. So she said that we could either leave it, try to cover it up, even though it wouldn't be cover-upable really, so I would just have a bald spot, or she would shave the rest of the head and I would just be bald. So I was like, because I'm, however old you are in 8th grade, 14 or whatever.
Caleb was actually 17 in the 8th grade, but go ahead.
But yeah, and then I was like, it's football season. I would probably look pretty cool with a mohawk. So
no.
So she shaved off the rest of my hair on the sides, and we kept it like the longer length down the middle of it. So I I had a mohawk for 8th grade football season. For
Do you have a picture of this?
I wish I did, but I don't.
Oh my god. Who do I need to contact? Is
No,
there
nobody. My stepmom from then isn't living anymore. So, and
well, rest in peace, but is there like a school like, yearbook or something I can get my hands on?
it I don't believe I had the mohawk during pictures.
Damn, dude, like if there's any picture you have to show me. I had no idea you had a mohawk.
Yeah, 8th grade football season.
No, are you sure she did this on purpose, or maybe she was like sick of your shit, you got a little too lippy one day, and she was like, "Oops."
We my stepmom, we would get into it sometimes, so it could have really just been her saying, "I'm sick of your shit, kid," and she did that, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Um, I wouldn't put it past her. She liked to do stuff like that.
Sounds
During the
fine.
moment though, she acted like it was a mistake. But
Awesome
yeah,
performance.
and then I went to school the next day, and just everybody thought it was hilarious. They all were calling me stupid, telling me, "Dude, just shave it." My
No.
One of my football coaches liked it though. He was like, "Dude, you need to engrave shave out like the side of my head and put in
Hmm.
my number so I could just
Oh
have 64 written on the side of my head."
no, no. Let me ask you: did you have like, was it a long mohawk, or like, is it spiky? Was it just? I don't know if you ever seen Mr. T's mohawk, but you know how it's just like one line of hair that's just bigger than the rest. It's not really, you know, or was it like floppy?
It wasn't super long. Um, I really wish I did have a picture to show you. Um, okay, hold on. Are you on your phone right now, Chris? Or are you on the laptop?
Yeah, I'm on the laptop and I got my phone in my hand.
Okay, hold on.
Uh, so while you pull that up, just so you know, for the viewers, please let us know what you want to see next. Right now, we are definitely going to do a Game of Thrones episode. We're going to do a Star Wars episode where we go by each movie and we give a rating, and you can judge us about the rating we give it, and we can just talk about the details we liked or not. And then also probably the TV series of Star Wars. And also, we have a drunk stream. We need to do the drunk episode, which let us know when you guys want to see that because I'm down whenever. We'll probably do that on a Friday episode. But yeah, just get a good buzz going and just answer the questions like normal. But not many people are watching this, which is not surprisingly. So if you have any ideas or just anything you want to hear, let us know. I mean, we're really just kind of having fun. Clearly, this episode has just been a mismatch of everything. Caleb, do you have any pictures or anything?
Yeah, so I actually shared my screen in the Discord if you want to take a look.
Oh, 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 oh. Do I have to join stream? Oh, it was like that?
No, it was not like that.
Oh,
But that's I just wanted to pull up pictures of mohawks. This is on stream right now too. Um,
okay. Well, so was it um
so kind of like on stream right now, Chris.
the little kid?
Yeah, kind of like that, but probably like half that length.
But it was that tall? Well, I mean, no, like, oh man. So how wide was it?
It wasn't super wide.
Oh,
Um,
I would
let
love to see this.
let me put this out there to Bethany, my older sister. I don't know if you were living with us during this time. If you were, do you happen to remember this? Tell me what you think, and I'll tell Chris about it. Maybe we can revisit the subject on the next episode.
And if you have a picture, please share. Now,
I guarantee she does not.
Caleb, there is an easy way to get a picture of this.
How?
I can just drive over to your house right now. I got buzzers, and we can just work this out. See what happens. I got a camera. I got buzzers. Jump into it.
So, folks, that's the end of the episode.
Oh.
Chris, do you have anything that you want to plug? Any final thoughts? Any
How
thing you want to say?
How many likes or views on the episode would it take for me to let you shave you and done mohawk? And remember, you're not going anywhere. You're just sitting at home all day, so it's like you would have time for it to grow back. How many likes or views or what form would you need?
We would need, if this can get, if we can get 200 likes and 1,000 views
on this video.
Okay, let me say between this episode and the next 3 episodes.
Combined for 1,000 views?
1,000 views and however many likes I just said.
200 likes.
Sure.
God.
If you can combine that between now and the next 3 episodes, so we've got 4 episodes. If they combine, then sure, why not?
So in 3 episodes, it has to combine for 1,000 views and 200 likes?
Yes.
Okay, everybody listening, pay attention. Share this video. Share this video to everybody you have. The next 3 videos. Share them and like them. Make a YouTube account. Share them to everybody on every platform you have. Share them. This is for Caleb to get a mohawk. I can't emphasize how amazing this will be. We will do. If you get this, we'll do whatever you want. I don't care. I don't care. I have a beard going right now. I'll shave it into a mustache. I don't care. I'll walk around with a mustache like a week. I don't care. We'll do this. So please, share this video. Watch it 10 times. Make 10 YouTube accounts. I don't care. 200 likes and 1,000 views combined in the next 3 uploads. Please, people, please. Oh, I'm excited now.
Caleb? Well, yeah, so let's see here. I just want to thank everyone for watching. It seems these videos have slowed down a little bit, lost a little bit of traction. That's okay. We appreciate anyone who watches and gives us questions or topics. We appreciate you all. I just want to make sure everyone knows to leave a leave a comment on the video.
200 likes.
Yeah, what Chris said. But you can send us questions. You can send them to the YouTube channel. You can send it on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, which is Friendship and Memes Podcast. You can email us your questions to friendshipandmemespodcast@gmail.com. And just give us your thoughts, and then we really appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Bye.
Brr.